Hey there guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 44. We're going to be talking about the news, games we've been playing recently, and then at the end, we're going to be talking about Cuphead for like 5 to 10 minutes, I don't even know. But yeah, let's go and get into the news. So first piece of news is that Sony is not making a Switch competitor. I had a feeling after the Vita, they weren't going to make any more handhelds, so them not making a Switch competitor is not surprising to me at all.
Yeah, it's like after the Vita failed super hard, at least over here. I actually heard it's still like pretty popular in Japan.
Yeah.
But I think that's starting to go away with the Switch. So I think Sony's just like, alright, I think we just lost this one, boys. So I think they're just going to cut their losses and not waste money and try to compete with the Switch when they're already winning the console market with the PS4. Because I'm pretty sure the PS4 is still the best selling console right now, right? I think it's the one that's doing the best because it's doing really well.
Yeah, so it's probably doing a little bit better than Xbox, but I'm not exactly sure.
So I think Sony just sees that they're doing extremely well, so they're like, we don't really need to compete, like waste money on like a Vita 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna like let this happen basically, which is fine. Because the Vita was basically useless, and there was nothing on that.
It really does suck that the Vita didn't do as well as the PSP did, because I really did like the PSP. They had a lot of good games on there, so it's unfortunate that the Vita bombed so hard that they are discouraged to make another one. So.
Yeah, I mean the Vita wasn't bad at all. Like it wasn't. It was just it had no games. That was it.
Yeah,
like,
it just had no support.
To hold and everything. Yeah. I don't know. It's sad, but it's like I think it's time that. Basically, Nintendo is the other one that's going to hold control of the handheld market at this point.
Yeah.
Alright, so ABC was about to cancel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but Disney just said no. I didn't know this was a thing you could actually do. So, they wanted to cancel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but Disney was just like, no, you can't do that, though. And they're like, what? I actually did not know a company could do that.
Yeah, this is pretty hilarious. I haven't caught up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't think I ever will, because... I was just not interested within how season 2 was going, but I find this to be hilarious. Disney was just like, yeah, nope, you can't cancel it. Why? Because we just said no. So, I feel like that the show's doing a little bit better now from what I've been hearing, but I don't know. It's just not enough for me to get back into it. And I think it's not even like crossing over with like the MCU anymore. I think it's like its own show now. Because I remember like the first like season or so, like they would like cross over with like the Hydra stuff that was going on within Captain America and stuff, but I don't think they're doing that anymore. So even ABC knew that this show was gonna go downhill, and Disney said no.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if the show's still doing well, because I know when it first came out, it was just like people cared.
Yeah, it was kind of polarizing with the opinions. Like some people liked it, like myself. Like I was kind of enjoying it, but some people were just like, "This is just dumb and stupid." So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because now they have a Netflix show, so I guess they don't really care too much about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but Disney is still like, no, we still want this to be here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that seems kind of.
They probably have like some sort of plan for it in the future, if I had to guess.
Probably, but it just seems unfair for the network. Like, if it's not doing well, then you're just making them lose money. Like, that's not. I mean, whatever, man. I don't know about business or capitalism, so.
All right. Next piece of news that J.J. Abrams and Paramount are going to adapt the Your Name anime movie.
Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah, and I'm like, what?
Pretty much everyone has the same opinion on this, and it's like, why?
You don't have to. Like, it's actually perfect the way it is. Like, I think it's good for American audiences, too. Like, there wasn't too much weeb stuff in it. Like, there's not too many, like, off-putting Japanese culture.
There's not a lot of fan service.
Yeah. So I think it's totally fine the way it is. The music, the animation, everything's so good about that movie. So I think just making it, like, you know...
a live
action movie and make it all Americanized and stuff. I don't think that's gonna really work.
Yeah, because like
very good.
The reason that it worked so well was because of the animation first off, and then on top of that, it's because like the Japanese culture. I'm not exactly sure if they're actually gonna go to Japan and film this shit, because I don't think they will. But I don't know. This is probably just gonna be a train wreck of a movie. I hope it gets canceled, to be honest. Because
me too. Because I think people should watch the actual version of this.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is gonna like have a bad name on the actual movie if this does horribly. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but everyone should watch Your Name. It's great. We already talked about it before. It's amazing.
Yep.
Alright, so Red Dead 2 got a new trailer. And it looks really good. Like the you see the facial animations, like it looks like really nice. The whole backgrounds and stuff look amazing. I don't know anything about the story. I don't know if this connects to the first one at all because I never played it because it's not on PC yet. So
I don't think it does. Anyways,
yeah, okay.
Maybe it takes place like years later or before. I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, it looks extremely pretty, and I think it's coming out next year, right? They delayed it.
Yeah, they delayed it to next year in the spring. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy Rockstar is making a new game because like GTA 5 came out in 2013 or 14, I can't remember. So it's been a while.
Yeah, I think it's been like 13, 14, something like that. So. Rockstar making a new Red Dead. I think this was inevitable after the first game did so well and everyone wanted a sequel. So. I'm glad that they are making it. The fact that they delayed it, I'm not surprised. You know, they did that a while ago, but you know, spring 2018. Hopefully, it doesn't get delayed again to like holiday or something like that of next year. So, but yeah, the game does look pretty, looks really good, and I cannot wait to go and see more of it. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's on again. PC. Like, come on, Rockstar, please.
Alright, next piece of news is that Nintendo's online cripples FIFA 18. So you know on how Splatoon 2 you can't like invite friends in like a feasible way?
Yeah.
It pretty much cripples FIFA 18 because you can't do that.
Like, why is that such a problem? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know why Nintendo doesn't have some sort of interface in their next gen console to like invite friends or like do party chat or stuff like that, but they do it through an app, you know? Like,
yeah.
The reason why FIFA 18 does so well is because you can like face your friends, but like since Nintendo doesn't have a way to like invite people natively through their, you know, built-in system like Xbox, PlayStation, and even Steam has it, you know, like it just makes playing FIFA 18 on the Switch just not I guess all that feasible because there's no built-in invite system or party system or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't like Nintendo is not that hard, you know. Like I don't understand why this is such a problem for them, and I could understand how this would cause a lot of frustration with third-party developers, and how it could like really deter them from ever making another game on the Switch again if they don't really get this online stuff fixed, you know. Like,
yeah,
it's really gonna hurt them in the end.
Exactly.
Because it's just not like just stop. Nintendo.
It's just not feasible because like games like FIFA 18 and 2K, you play it to play online. You don't play it for the single player.
Yeah, it's like no one's gonna play that for the single player. Everyone wants to play online with that.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Nintendo, the Wii Shop closes in 2019. That's it. It's done. And I think this is I mean, it's pretty big because you know a lot of people, you know, have a lot of stuff on that, and it's just gonna be gone basically. Like you're still gonna have your stuff obviously on your Wii,
yeah,
like if you bought stuff, but it's just gone. Like, and that's a big catalog of stuff just gone, you know. Because the Wii, the one good thing about that shop channel is it had a lot of good stuff on there. You know, a lot of good retro stuff, a lot of good like WiiWare stuff. And all that stuff is just gonna be like gone forever. So it's weird. I don't think we had that happen before yet. Like, this is pretty
well, like games being pulled off of like a entire marketplace.
Well, like a whole marketplace is being closed down. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
so. This really just like shows that could we have our virtual console on Switch
I guess it
now?
brings up the argument of digital versus physical again, right?
Yeah. I mean, I still like digital, but you know, obviously this is a big problem if you're doing digital.
Yeah. You know, it's gonna close in 2019, but you can still add points to your account up until March 27th of 2018. So, but I'm very surprised that this has even been up for this long. You know, like the Wii came out in like 2006, and it's been up for over a decade now. So, them closing it now, it kind of makes sense. You know, now we're on the Nintendo Switch 2 generations after the Wii. But yeah, this kind of just brings up the argument of, you know, physical versus digital. You know, like those games don't stay on the marketplace forever, but with physical games, you can get them pretty much anywhere, you know. So, but yeah, that's why I'm always a physical guy over a digital guy when I can be, you know. So.
I mean, I usually like to get physical stuff for like console stuff, like Switch and stuff.
Yeah.
But for PC, obviously, you can't do that. And I'm hoping Steam doesn't die anytime soon, because that would be
because that's a lot of games.
Yeah, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But again, it's just the whole physical versus digital debate. Like, would you rather have instant, like, I have it, but you don't really own it, or would you rather own it and, like, wait a little bit? I don't know. It's up to you.
There's a lot of pros and cons with physical and digital. It's like with digital, you get it right then and there. You don't have to like wait in line or anything like that. But on the downside, if you have like shit internet, you gotta like wait for it to download and everything. So there are definitely positives and negatives of physical and digital, which I guess we could talk about in like the next podcast if you want to, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Speaking of Nintendo,
oh boy, last piece of news. All right, so Nintendo has updated their YouTube Creators Program, which I'm pretty sure some people are actually part of that, but I don't think it's a lot. But they are not allowing you to live stream on YouTube. So, my
like,
God.
Why? They're very saying, I'm not going to do anything else but Nintendo, and then you just take away, like, oh, you can't do this now. It's like, Nintendo! Like, you can't have this much control over, like, something. Like, it's crazy. Like, I know you can just use Twitch. Like, that's fine. But it's like, come on. Some people actually use the YouTube streaming thing, and then you're just, like, crippling them because, like, for some stupid... People are saying just because of the PewDiePie thing, and they don't want... Like, they don't want that to happen.
This could definitely be a reaction to that situation.
Yeah, I've heard some people say that. That's because they don't want someone saying that word if they're playing Nintendo game.
Yeah, man, playing Splatoon, that N-word or whatever. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I know they might be worried about that. But this is obviously the wrong way to go about this, obviously. So
I mean, like, if it does happen and they're under your creators program, you just remove them off the program, right? So, I mean, I don't know why just banning live streaming altogether. Like, people are already signing up for this because they love Nintendo and they want to do it, but at the same time making some money off of their Nintendo videos, and you're just taking away another source of revenue for them, which is live streaming. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's dumb. Obviously, like it's dumb. I guess at this point, just like stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, the YouTube one kind of sucks anyway, so you're probably better off streaming on Twitch anyway.
Nintendo Creators Program has always been a mess to begin with, so.
Yeah, like this whole program is a mistake. It's just a horrible deal. Anyway,
whoever pitched this to Nintendo should be fired. But anyways, moving on, let's get into the games we've been playing recently. So I'm gonna let Damian go first because I have a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. So what have you been playing recently other than Cuphead?
Okay, I've been playing the new Guild Wars 2 expansion because that came out, and I could say it is a lot better than the last one that came out like 2 years ago. Heart of Thorns was very disappointing to me, and I kind of just like quit playing the game as regularly as I did back before the game came out, or back before that expansion came out. So I'm really glad this one is like extremely well done. Like the maps aren't like a pain to go through. The story is really good, and like the missions in the story are also like really fun. So I'm glad about that. The only problem I really have with it right now is there doesn't really seem to be too much reason to go back to that stuff. Like Heart of Thorns, there was a lot of different things you could get and rewards and stuff, and you could keep coming back to those new maps over and over. With this one, it's mostly like once you finish it, you're done. Like I feel like I basically just finished the game, even though you're not really supposed to feel that way about MMO. Yeah. So that's kind of like worrying. But I know they're supposed to push out updates way quicker than they did with Heart of Thorns. Because when that expansion came out, we had to wait like a year before we got updates again. Besides like little bug fixes. I know this one they want to start like extreme, like right away, like new content, like a month after the expansion comes out. So that's good. But yeah, it's like real good. I can't really. I don't want to go too deep into it because like
spoilers.
It's spoilers, and it's just very like who cares. But it's really good. Like just it's a good expansion, and if you want to get it, people should because it's like real good. You can play the game for free and just buy that expansion. It's also only $30, which was another reason why Heart of Thorns was kind of bad. It was because it was like $50, and like the amount of like content you get is basically the same. So I think they did a better job at pricing the expansion as well because the other one was way too overpriced. But this one's $30 and it's just well made. Like it's real good. You could tell that they actually spent the 2 years making this as best as they could, and it's great. The other game I have been playing is called Hob. Is made by the people who made Torchlight 1 and 2, which are both really good games as well. I know they want to do something that wasn't like a Diablo-like game, so they just made this game, which is like a Zelda-like Metroidvania, is the best way I could describe it, with a really nice art style. Like, if you ever look at the art style for this game, it's like amazing. I love how the main character looks, and it's like, it looks really pretty. But basically, it's just Zelda with some Metroidvania, and it's really good. You could like jump and stuff. There's like a lot of platforming in it, which is weird, but yeah, it's basically just Zelda. And instead of finding items, you get upgrades to your person, like Metroidvania. And there's a lot of little like things you could go back to and backtrack to once you get a certain upgrade. So I know Zeldas don't really do that as much as a Metroidvania, so that's why it's like both of them combined. And the combat's also like really good. I thought the game was mostly just gonna be like a walking sim with like some puzzles and stuff, but no, it has like a lot of combat exploration and like and puzzles. So it's basically just like a Zelda. It's great. Like I love it. It's something I really miss with Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild was more just an open world game, and I don't mind that at all, because I think Zelda should move away from that formula. But it's also nice to see other developers try to be like, okay, we could do a Zelda with own little twists and stuff, and I'm really glad that this game does that. I think the puzzles are a little too simple though. Like it's mostly just like walk up to a switch, press it. If that didn't work, just like press another switch and then it'll work. So I think the puzzles could be a little more complex. But the combat's actually like really good. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. With most 2D Zelda games, it's mostly just like you press X to like swing your sword and that's about it, and you can like spin attack. This game, it acts more like Dark Souls, where you can like dodge roll, you have like a 3-hit combo, you can block and stuff, and you have like different abilities and stuff you unlock later. It's fun. It's like it's loads of fun. I actually don't know how long it is. I think it's pretty long actually. I thought it was only gonna be like 6 hours, but it looks like it's gonna be more than like 12 at this point, because I'm not even close to done yet. So yeah, it's really fun. I like it a lot. I'm glad the Torchlight guys are doing something else, because I love Torchlight 1 and 2, but I'm glad they're trying to do some other stuff. Yeah, because I mean at the time Torchlight 2 was way better than Diablo 3, so that says something, that a little indie studio could do way better than Blizzard. So but yeah, it's real good. I like it a lot. You want to talk about your other games before we talk about Cuphead? Because I'm about to gush over Cuphead.
Alright, so what have I been playing recently? First up, League of Legends, obviously. I've been playing League on that grind again. This support meta sucks. I'm completely... I'm going to be completely honest. Because Shield and heal supports are in again, and if you don't build Ardent Sensor, which is a item within League of Legends, you're pretty much going to screw your team over, because if they have it, your AD is not going to be as strong as theirs. So you need to build it. You need to find a way to build it on like certain champions, like with Thresh. Like Thresh can't really build it reliably. He can only proc it with his W, which is not a reliable way to do it. So what I did is that I took a different keystone in my masteries, which is not the most ideal thing to do, but if I want to go and proc it more for other people to use it, the Ardent Sensor buff, I gotta do that. But you gotta like play like Lulu, Sona, Nami, Karma, Janna, Taric even, because Taric now has a heal and stuff. So
yeah,
you just have to play those champions, because if not, and they have Ardent Sensor support, you're screwed. So yeah, this support meta sucks. I hope that they change it with the next season coming up, because like watching Worlds, it's so like boring in terms of like supports, because like no one's playing like Thresh or like Alistar, because like they know that they'll just outright like no one's playing playmakers, because they know that they'll just outright lose to these Jannas and Sonas, Namis, Lulus, whatever, because playing low risk is much more rewarding than playing high risk,
yeah, that should be changed around.
Yeah. Other things I've been playing, Friday the 13th, it was weird playing F13 this week, because people would leave like a lot more often. Like after they would die, they would just straight up leave, or like if they like didn't get Jason, they would like leave like halfway through the match. Like people would just leave a lot more often, which is...
Wait, how long are matches in those games, by the way?
If you time Jason out, they're like plus 10 minutes, but that never happens. So matches in F13 could last like 5 to maybe 7 minutes. I don't even know. But normally matches shouldn't last that long, because it's either everyone escapes or like Jason kills everyone. So yeah. But yeah, F13, I don't know why people are just leaving a lot more on PC now. I have no idea what's going on. But other than that, I've been playing Metroid Samus Returns. I did a first impressions video because I could not finish it, so I still wanted to go and talk about it for this week's video, so I did a first impressions on it. Pretty much, the game's good. What everyone's been saying, it's a really good Metroid game. Even for someone like myself who's not experienced within the Metroid series, I really did like playing this game, especially since they added a like noob function where like if you don't know where you're going, you just press the A button when you have a certain power up selected, and you do like a blast around you.
The scanner thing?
Yeah, and you pretty much scan the area on the mini-map. It shows you areas you haven't explored yet, and on top of that, on the top screen, it shows you things that you can destroy or blow up or whatever. So, yeah, that really helped me out, especially within the early parts of the game. But I'm only on Area 3. I think there's like 9 areas or something like that, so I'm not even close to being done with the game. But I really am enjoying it. I haven't been playing anything else other than Cuphead, but I want to go and talk about The Flash real quick because I finished watching that, and my God, season 3 is not as bad as a lot of people are saying it is. It definitely is the worst season though, like 100% the worst season out of the 3 right now. But season 4, it looks like it's shaping up to be a lot better because I know one of the showrunners said that they don't want to do time travel anymore because season 3 with time travel was very confusing, especially to some viewers, because someone actually walked up during the San Diego Comic-Con panel and asked how the main villain came to be or whatever, because I don't want to spoil it because, you know, time travel or whatever and spoilers. So yeah, but I really did like The Flash. If I had to go and rank the 3 seasons, season 3's at the bottom, then season 1, then season 2. I just like season 2 just a little bit better. I don't know what it is, but and then I started to watch Supergirl. It's okay. It's not like the greatest thing in the world. Like it's definitely weaker than The Flash, and probably the weakest TV show I'm watching right now. Other than that, I guess we can now talk about Cuphead. So I'm gonna let you go first, Damian, because you actually finished the game. But
I did.
I played it. I played it co-op over my neighbor's house, and we got up to the second world, but we didn't finish any of those bosses because they're really hard. But what are your thoughts on it, Damian? Cuphead.
It is really good. I didn't expect it to be this good either. Like when I first saw the game, obviously it looked amazing and sounded amazing, but I didn't know if the gameplay was going to be anything that special. Because I looked like it's just like a run and gun game, like whatever, like who cares. But when I actually started playing it, I'm like, this is actually amazing. And it's not really the run and gun levels, which I'll talk about later. It's the boss fights. The boss fights are like actually like really good.
Yeah.
None of them are like you just like tank them or like just shoot them until they're dead. Each of them have like multi-phase boss fights. And each one of them, every time they change into a phase, it completely changes the fight, and it's like really fun. It's fun to see the next phase of a boss and just see how much they change and how you have to change your own playstyle to fight them. And it's really good. I know a lot of, like, people think the game is way too hard, but I actually think the game is like fair. Like, it's not really hard, but it never feels cheap. Like, I never felt like I was cheaping out of a win or anything. I always feel like the game has always been fair with the patterns and stuff, and I think that's very important because it really keeps you motivated to keep playing. And the fact that you can just retry very painlessly, like you don't have to do like a whole level and fight a boss again or anything like that.
You
can just restart the boss like real quick. Like it's why I find Super Meat Boy not to be as frustrating either, is because you could just start up right again. Like you don't need to like go through a death animation or anything like that. You can just start up again. And I think Cuphead does that really well, so you don't really get too frustrated. Like I could be on a boss for like an hour and not be too mad because I could just keep let's just do this again and again. And I think it does that really well, so you can learn the patterns really quickly and stuff. But besides that, I think the run and gun levels are good, but obviously they're not as good as the boss fights because they were added in later. But I think that they were still fine. They added a lot of new assets and stuff to them, and I think it really showed that they tried to make some pretty good levels, even though sometimes it could feel a little cheap. Like those are the only levels where I feel like I got mad, because you know you can get up to the end of the level and then I go all the way back.
Those running gun levels, man.
Yeah, they're fine, but obviously you could tell they were an afterthought besides the bosses. But yeah, I think the bosses are just great. Like, I can't really go into too much specifics on the bosses because I think the best part is finding out the boss patterns and stuff to yourself. But I will say, I actually do think the final boss is like really easy though, which is like kind of a shame. I thought the final boss would be a lot harder than it actually was. But the boss after the before the final boss is like actually like the worst. Like it sucks. But it's really good. Everything from the music is so good. Like the music, the animation, the presentation, everything about the game is just so good. Like it just fits what it wants to do and be like a 30s cartoon, and like it nails it so hard. It's insane. how they did this. Like animating this had to be a pain, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and it's 60 frames. Like that's like they didn't have to do that. It didn't have to be 60 frames. It could have been like 30. But like like actual cartoons are. But no, they did it. They did 60 frames. Like that is like amazing. Like I'm like in love with this game. I'm actually playing the game on the expert right now, and it's like it's also like really hard. But again, it's really fair too. Like the way they balance like everything is just so well done. Like I don't know, man. It's great. Like I'll probably say it's like my third favorite game of the year, besides Persona and Breath of the Wild. Right now, it's like really good. I'm glad everyone thinks the same way too. Like I don't see like any hate about this game.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to go and hate this game, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just so lovable. I don't know how you can hate this game. It's just like it's just such a well done package. Like everything you could want. It's just that. It's great. I love it. You want to say anything about it?
All right, so we played it through co-op. So like playing it with someone else is definitely, I would say, a slightly different experience because like you don't have to worry about another person when you're playing by yourself, right? You know, all you have to do is worry about you adapting to the boss yourself, but you both have to adapt to the boss and you both have to work together because I believe it takes a little bit more damage to kill enemies as well. So like it could definitely be a lot harder, which is why once we got up to the second world, we just like stopped playing because we were like, oh god, we can't fucking do this because like this is getting way too hard and way too difficult. But yeah, like you said, the bosses are great. Like the game is never unfair. Like the game is definitely very fair as long as you keep playing and you keep learning from your mistakes and you keep learning the patterns. You should definitely get through every single boss fight. Like one of the bosses, I'm not gonna spoil it, but one of the bosses we would always get super close to the end because it would be only one of us there, but eventually we got both of us there towards the end and we actually managed to go and finish the boss. So like it's literally just a matter of when it comes to playing co-op, if you are having a trouble finishing the boss, you both just have to make sure you're both playing as well as possible because there were definitely boss fights where it was me and Louis, and at points it was like I was like playing really bad and then other times he was playing really bad. But you know, like you just have to go and find those moments where you both are playing really well and you both can, you know, get the boss fight done and, you know, just have it done deal. But yeah, I just can't imagine playing the rest of this game through co-op because like I've seen some of the later bosses and they're just insane in terms of like the patterns and like the stuff that they throw at you.
I don't want to see that in co-op. Like, some of those bosses I can't even like imagine in co-op.
Yeah, because like some of those bosses just looked insane. But yeah, like you said, presentation wise, this game just looks beautiful. Animation wise, just, you know, how it looks as well. Like it looks like a old school cartoon. Like when Louis' mom came into the room, she's like, was this a old game? I'm like, no, it just came out. So you know, like they actually nailed that feel of like a actual like old cartoon, which I really did like. So and also, let me just go and talk about the story. Fuck Cuphead, man. This guy, greedy ass motherfucker, man. This guy actually got us into this goddamn mess.
So hard.
Oh my god. Never take a deal with the devil.
I actually like the story that's just like, yeah, you made a deal with the devil and I'll go get everyone else's souls. Like that's like, I didn't expect that, but it's pretty cool actually.
That was actually like really funny. I was like, god damn it, why does Cuphead like I saw how it was going. I was like, oh no, Cuphead's gonna mess up here. Like my god.
Yeah, dude, he messed up. He like sold their souls to the devil basically. It's pretty good.
But yeah, Cuphead's really good. It's $20, so
it's like actually worth every penny. It's so good. Like I love it a lot. Like very rarely do I go and try to beat the game again in like a harder difficulty, and like I'm doing that right now because I like it that much. So it's really good. Like go buy it, like if you haven't already.
All right. So is there anything else you would like to add, Damian?
No, I think that's it.
All right, that is it for the Two Players Podcast, episode 44. Thank you guys for listening once again, and we will see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next episode.
Later.